In due season, you will bloom. In due time, the calling on your life and the destiny and the light that you carry will manifest, and it will speak for itself. Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Priscilla, and welcome to my corner of the world where I share the wisdom that life has taught me. Now, I'm not sure how I'm going to title this, but this video essentially is for the girl or the girls who feel behind and who have often felt like they stand out and that their life and journey doesn't quite fit in. And I guess I would say today's word of wisdom is to embrace your journey and embrace your process. So I grew up in an immigrant family. We moved to the US when I was quite young, and as any other typical immigrant family, education was the number one priority in our home. So we were always pushed to excel in school, to really pursue the highest degree of success, specifically in academics. And so if you're from an immigrant family, you understand that the three top and only career path options are being a doctor, medicine, law, and engineering. And now it's expanded to tech, since parents are now saying that tech is pretty lucrative. So this was very, very much pushed upon us. And it's normal, it's good. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And in the Nigerian community in which I was raised, that there was a heavy emphasis on getting your master's, getting a PhD, doing all of that. And all of those things are all well and good, but I always felt like that would not be my path. Um, I didn't quite know exactly what I would do in the future, but I just knew that I'm not about to spend 10 years of my life in school or 20 years of my life in school all in the name of a PhD or to receive some academic success. I'm like, no. And I got a lot of resistance from family members, those within my community, and now, I've moved to Dallas. I started my catering business, and quite honestly, my path looks so much different, so drastically different from from my from my, how would I say, from those who I grew up with, like my counterparts, I would say. Is that the right word? Counterparts. I need to work on my English because I need to expand my vocabulary. My vocabulary is not good. And I see my peers and those who I grew up with who are doing very, very well in their respective field, and I'm glad for them. But then I guess when I begin to look at myself, I'm like, you begin to feel behind. Like you begin to compare yourself, and you just feel like I feel like I really don't have anything to like show for my life at this point. Dang, like, am I even on the right path? Like you just begin to compare yourself. Also, too, on the topic of feeling like you stand out, I feel like I have all my life. I always felt different. I always felt like there. I've always felt like I never quite fit into one particular group or one particular place, and I just knew that my path and my journey in life would be different. I didn't know why, but I just knew that it was going to be different. Like I said, I received a lot of resistance from from those close to me for the path that I've chosen for myself. Number one, in terms of my career, and even just moving to Dallas, like I honestly wanted to just like separate myself from my home base because I just wanted something different for myself. And I'm so glad I did. A lot of good and positive things have happened, even though it's been challenging, but a lot of great things have happened to me by simply taking that step. But even though I felt like my life, my path are different, deep down inside, I know that I have a calling. I know that I have a great destiny. I know that whatever I'm doing right now or in the future, I know is going to impact people's lives positively. How large, I don't know, but I just know within myself that I carry something divine and something different. The world or people may not see it right now, but I know that in due time, it's going to manifest. And so I was thinking about this and I was journaling about this, and I wrote down some some trade their dreams for acceptance, choosing the comfort of fitting in over the courage of standing out. I believe and there are so many people in careers and paths had their parents had chosen for them that society deems acceptable, and they pursue these things but at the cost of their own dreams, at the cost of the the destiny that they know is within them. But a lot of people are too scared to go against the grain. A lot of people are too scared to go off on a path that doesn't make sense to most people. And I see so many people running full speed, right? And yes, they're achieving a lot, but I often wonder, are they pursuing these things because it's genuinely what they want, or are they pursuing these things because someone else told them to? Are you willing to accept your journey and accept your process and grow into this calling, or are you going to choose the comfort of living a life that that fits the picture of what other people say that your life should look like? So for those who feel behind, who feel like, oh, I've not achieved much, you're on the right path. For example, when you look at nature, and let's compare tulips and sunflowers. Tulips bloom in early spring. Sunflowers don't bloom until the summer. Both will bloom, but they bloom in different seasons. So if it's spring, you can't see a tulip blooming and then you're wondering, where's the sunflower? Why is it not bloomed yet? It's because it's not its time yet. It's not its time to bloom. But the assurance you have is that in due season, in time, you will bloom. You will bloom. When it comes to standing out, when you have a different destiny and calling, you will naturally stand out. And a lot of people won't really understand you, and that's okay. Let them not understand you because your life and your journey and who you are is not meant to be understood. Even when we look at the life of Jesus, and I always bring Jesus into it because Jesus is like the ultimate blueprint that at least I live my life by or aspire to. But you see that he's in his hometown. He's performing performing miracles and saying all this like deep stuff, and people are like, who is that? Like, is that not the carpenter carpenter's son? Like, it was like everybody was so familiar with him. They were like, he's just a normal dude. Like, why is he, how is he, like, how is this man doing all these like great and amazing things? And they sort of like were like, they sort of looked down on him. And the Bible says in Matthew 13:57 that a prophet is not honored in his own home, meaning Meaning most people around you and close to you will not recognize the greatness within you. And the Bible said that Jesus had to leave. He bounced. He was like, I'm out of here, because they were crimping his style. Like he could not perform miracles and shine his light because they did not understand him. They were hooking down on him like, who are you? Like, and he had to go. He had to go. He didn't feel appreciated there. He had to go. And so a lot of you, including myself included, God intentionally will separate you from a lot of things. And even me, again, moving to Dallas, like that was God's way of separating me and disconnecting me from anything that did not align with where I'm going. And I truly believe that I would have never, never, ever, ever started my business. I would have never taken that step if I was still around people who did not see the vision, who had this one-dimensional perception of me, and I, I would have been limited by their mindset. So if you're like me and you've ever felt, out of place, you feel like you just don't quite fit in, or what you want to do that doesn't make sense, get comfortable with that. Get comfortable with that, and focus on your path and focus on what you know you have to do. In due season, you will bloom. In due time, the calling on your life and the destiny and the light that you carry will manifest, and it will speak for itself. It will be uncomfortable at times. At times, it really won't make sense. People will understand you. If that's the price you have to pay to fulfill the destiny and calling on your life, then I think it's worth it. So a few weeks ago, I made a post on my Instagram page. It was about seeking for validation. And I also made a video about that. So if you have not watched it, it's going to be somewhere up here. But I believe that these words apply to this video. And I said, your need for validation is costing you more than you realize. Each time you prioritize people's opinions over your own inner knowing, you trade pieces of your destiny for their approval. You delay your purpose, silence your voice, and shrink your power just to fit a version of yourself that was never meant to lead you forward. And I will leave you with that. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye.